stage. But they don't come out until you show them how much love and passion and energy is in this room. And sing this song with me. Here we go. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she loves everything. She loves to move, she loves to groove, she loves to love everything. All night, all every night. So hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Come on. I was alone, I never knew what the love could do. Then you touch, then you say, about another thing. All night, all every night. So hold tight, Honolulu, you better hold tight. Hey, she said, all right, that was beautiful, you guys. You did great. Unfortunately, the boys are running a bit behind. This hasn't happened since the Philadelphia show, 1976. What else we got, boys? Huh?
Eskimo! We haven't heard Eskimo this weekend.
Eskimo, haven't heard Eskimo. Huh? Huh?
Trigger
One
finger.
Direction!
Tammy!
This is a good one. I like this.
I'm scared.
and the surrounding islands, please, a big Borja Aloha to Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki.
Hi guys. I think I've never jumped in my life and had so many lays hitting me. Don't start. Too easy.
Yeah, that is low-hanging fruit is what we call it.
How dare you?
Or in Jared's case,
Already, right there, we're gonna have to ask you to delete that photo you just took of him. I know you will, because you
in
wouldn't
Jared's
want
case,
that
it's pretty high-hanging fruit.
Thank you, good night, everybody. It's been a great weekend. Thank you. All right, it's official. They're yours. Have at it, Hawaii. Enjoy, boys.
Hey, real quick announcement. If you see your name on the screen right here, we need you to get on this side of the stage. Because when people
It said Jensen Ackles.
and that side of the stage, otherwise we're just going to be up here not answering any questions.
Otherwise, I'll keep asking you questions.
Is what? It's the wrong list. Oh, snap.
Must be the Misha.
And listen, we only got an hour. We can do this the entire time.
In all fairness, it says your name. Please line up. It says my name too. I'm gonna line up. My question is for Jensen. I'm such a big fan.
Found him.
So when you did the scene that one time where you were so handsome, how did you handsome so much? I can't believe I'm talking to you in person.
Well, sir, I'm glad you asked.
You're so tall. And my follow-up question is, if you didn't have bow legs, how tall would you be?
7 feet. And regarding your first part of your question, handsome generally starts like this. That's how that goes.
Answer the question, Mr. Ackles. All right, get on up here, guys. That's y'all's name.
All right, this is the right list. Y'all get up here. 60,000 play.
Is there
And that's how new bits are born.
I thought Billy was going to start doing the
Deirdre
wall
Watson
off.
in the audience? No? Good talk. Is there a Nicole Meisner in the audience? Good talk.
And we wait. Oh, okay, we have questions. And what's your name?
Hi, I'm Deirdre.
Hi, Deirdre.
Yes! You didn't yell when I said Deirdre. Hi, Deirdre.
Hi. So I was the sweepstakes winner, so I'm super excited to be here.
Yes. What does that mean, by the way?
Contest if you bought a t-shirt or an item.
Oh, no way! Awesome.
Yeah, so I bought a t-shirt for
She
my
has
sister
no idea.
and good job.
I'm sorry to keep yelling at you. That's amazing.
Thanks. So I just graduated with my PhD in psychology.
Stop talking right now.
My job. That's amazing.
So this is my graduation gift, so I was really happy to win. So talking about mental health, and I was thinking about your guys' job and how you travel all the time, and it's really important to have mental health days, and just wondering how you guys manage being away from family or traveling all the time and the impact that has on your mental health.
Very poorly. Thanks for bragging. I'm just kidding. No, you know what? That is. I will say that in my opinion, this is a very blessed thing to be able to say, but the worst part of my life is being away from the people I love, you know? So I realize what a blessing that is to say, because a lot of people I've been very, you know, I've been working in business for 18 years, and I can afford dinner, I can afford my rent, so I don't have these really pressing issues. I mean it. Like it sounds like a really a-hole thing to say, but I'm saying I'm very grateful. I grew up with parents who worked hard, and we had to, you know, pay.
I'm just happy you can afford your rent.
You know,
We should sit down and talk about ownership at some point.
so you own in Vancouver?
Liz is gonna kick your ass.
But yes, to answer your question,
Burn. I'm gonna put you out.
that means I'm on fire.
Yeah, 'cause you got burned. You got burned.
My God. So back to my
So
question.
it's very difficult.
I think Jared needs a me day.
Yeah, it's a good. We are both very blessed to be able to complain about not being around our family. You know what I mean? Like our brothers and sisters and friends and family also don't see their. I lost them.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about like taking me days.
Where are you going right now?
About mental health.
Apparently we need to devote some time to it.
It's difficult to take meetings, but you know what? Like, we try to do as much as we can to see our family as much as we possibly can. That's my opinion, Deirdre. Mr. Ackles.
I don't think about it.
How much?
Hi. Thanks, Deirdre.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
And congrats on your PhD. That's badass.
Hi, my name is Chad. I'm recently retired from the Marine Corps.
Thank you for your service.
So I'm open to any new jobs. Just saying. My question is though, did you expect this kind of fan base when you first started? Like when the show started, did you expect to have a 99.9% women fan base?
Chad,
Have you met Jared?
I'm gonna guess that's why you're here, Chad. It's because of our 99.9% female fan base.
I know. I brought my wife. Well, she brought me, but I got my wife into the show.
Oh, no way. Hey, thank you for your service, man. Is that a New Jersey accent? Are you from New Jersey?
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So close. No, I'm from Dublin, Ireland.
What do you see? I knew that. Someone in the audience just went, see? As if we thought he was from Philadelphia.
Yeah, and they dropped the proverbial mic. I don't think we necessarily set out to get any kind of specific demographic. We were literally just hoping anybody would watch the show. He and I were both fans of the script when we first got it, and I think we had a conversation. We're like, this is pretty decent. Like, we might actually get picked up and get a whole year out of this. And then
We might get 13 episodes.
yeah, and then once we started going, we were like, wow, I mean, they're really promoting this, and I don't know, we were hard to miss that first year if you were in any American city.
Like Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah. They promoted us they put a lot of marketing money on
Scary,
us.
sexy.
And that's right, there was like, anyway, at that point, it was kind of the biggest thing that he and I had really been a part of.
Whoa.
You're in timeout.
New York Minute?
Yes.
That's right.
Dude, we both had projects that would devour.
A global phenomenon, that one. So, yeah, it got to a point where we were like, we hope people see what we see in this, and it turned out that there's a lot of smart ladies in this world. And a few intelligent men as well.
Like Chad, I think we sort of lucked out also. I think you can kind of recognize, looking back, that one of the death knell, how do you say, albatrosses of a show is when they try to appeal to a specific audience. I don't know if they actually did, but Eric Kripke wouldn't accept advertisements on the show. Like there'll be, Coke says like, hey, if Sam and Dean are drinking a Coke, I'll give you $100,000. And he was like, nah. Like, but it's $100,000. He's like, no, I don't care. I'm like, okay, well, if you use this blah, 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 we'll give you $30,000. Like, nah, like he remained true to the story, true to these guys, true to their journey, true to their sacrifice and their dedication, their loyalty. And so we were able to be a part of that. And I think because I read like a John Mayer tweet a couple days ago that was like, eventually all fads will be considered stupid, so just remain yourself. And that's kind of where we are. Like we passed all the fads because Supernatural stayed very true to Supernatural. And so here we are 13 years later with y'all guys. And thanks for your service, man.
Oh no. Thank you, and thank you for all that. Huh?
There you go.
Hey.
Thank you.
Cheers, Chad. Be good.
Hi there.
Hi guys, how are you? First, thank you so much for both of you and Misha for bringing the characters to life like the
Let's stick with us two. Let's leave Misha out of here.
Okay, well thank you anyway. My question is mainly for Jared. Jared, with your history of pranking the guys with porn, have you ever showed them a parody for the Nightmare Before Christmas porn?
I've never heard of the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Then you should watch at least the first 3 minutes.
I'm nervous. Just 3? 3 minutes. There are so many places to go.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No.
Okay. Listen to it? He listens to Night Before Christmas porn. Just listen to it.
Just remember that the movie was actually a musical, so there's a certain part to the parody and the porn. This is what we're doing.
Got it. In all fairness, the pornographic material I prank people with is usually not a video because it's more about the shock factor because it's difficult to show, like, if it's a scene between Sam and Dean, I can't go like, watch the first 3 minutes, Dean. It's more about, like, if I turn the computer towards somebody and there's a giant on the screen.
Then you don't have to watch it, just listen.
Well, that's... I think I'm doing a poor job.
I'm afraid.
A poor job. Of describing my intent. So I think a lot of what I do with the rumors of putting stuff on a computer is it's more about the second if the camera's rolling and it's your coverage and I pretend to be looking up like got it.
Hi.
Hello. Aloha, in the words of Dean, son of a bitch.
I think those are equal.
It's an interesting segue, but I'm with
So, thank you guys for coming out and being with us this weekend. My daughter, I made a dream come true for her. She got to hug you this morning, Jensen, in the photo op.
Whoa.
Yeah, she calls him, you know, her TV boyfriend.
So do I.
She's 5 years old.
Hey.
So my question
and she's
is-
cute as hell. What's her name?
Talia.
Talia.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
Thank you. So my question is, with the Wayward Daughters taking off, will the Winchesters do an appearance on it? And would you possibly see yourself directing an episode of that, Jensen?
Yes and yes. Next. We inevitably are part of the first 2 episodes because it's part of our season. Let's not watch the first 3 minutes.
Watch the second 3 minutes now. Save the first 3 minutes for later.
We'll watch it later.
Like my TV boyfriend was saying, we love to be a part of that world. Not that world.
If the spin-off is successful, the show takes off, which I certainly hope it does, then yes, he and I have talked about it. We'd love to come and kind of, dip into that world every now and again, and I think it would be great. And I also think that I would love the opportunity to direct more of those episodes if that does present itself. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys. My
Hi.
question is, would you ever consider doing a Supernatural live episode? And if you did, who would be the first to mess it up?
Misha, because we would be forcing you to mess up. I saw you. I can see you on the screen. So it wouldn't be his own fault. I would be working very, very vigorously and committedly I'd be very dedicated to breaking Misha. So they probably never, or Alexander, so they probably could never do a live. Would you want to do a live? It'd be difficult. We have too many stunts and visual effects and stuff. We could do a live flashback episode. It's just out sitting. You remember that Wendigo?
That would be tricky. I mean, I'm sure logistically it has been done and could be done. But yeah, it would certainly be a different show than what you're used to seeing.
The closest we did was probably the original Ghostfacers, where it was really raw, really handheld, or Baby, or the original one with the vampires and they were sort of in the background.
Bitten.
I would do every remaining episode in Hawaii. Being here for 24 hours. I'll sign the contract.
That would be, but look, I wouldn't put it past the writers to come up with some crazy idea like that. They keep surprising us with some of the stuff that they do. So yeah, you can never really count anything out of what they come up with. It's just a matter of being able to do it logistically. But who knows? Yes, thanks. Hi.
You two and Misha and your castmates have a lot of qualities and do a lot of things that so many of us look up to and inspire us. But could you talk for a few minutes about some of the qualities and actions within each other and the other cast members that inspire you and that you look up to?
I would rather redirect this question and, in all honesty, instead of talking about ourselves or our castmates, talk about y'all, because it's very easy to support and love somebody that you see every day, that you sacrifice with every day, that you go to bat with every day, that's not difficult. But for y'all to support us in such a way that we feel comfortable going out to 3 or 4 or however many million people via social media that have never met us, never seen us in person, don't really know the content of our character, but y'all make us feel comfortable. Like, I've got pretty terrible anxiety. Like, my definition of a nightmare is getting up on stage and grabbing a guitar or something in front of people I don't really know personally. But the point is that
Billy, how does it make you feel? You're his living nightmare.
You are my nightmare. Billy Moran, I hate you. With all my heart. I love you. But no, I mean it. Like, it's not really about Jensen or Jared or Misha or the rest of the gang. It's really about y'all guys. Y'all are the foundation. You know, we play pretend for a living. You know, Chad is sitting here with his Philadelphia accent, having sacrificed for us, enjoying time with his wife, and spending their own time. Y'all are spending your own time. You're like the whole gang. We wear makeup for a living and play pretend. Y'all are the ones who bolster us and make it meaningful. You know, if a tree falls in the forest, I don't know, but we fall in front of you guys, so, and y'all pick us back up. I don't know, that's a weird tangent, but thank you.
Well, we got turned around on you, didn't it? I'll give a quick answer for you. I mean, I agree with everything Jared said. And I will take an opportunity to brag on the people that I work with. Usually when it's given, it's not normally in front of those people, but you know, there's many reasons and really a lot of whys and hows that have gone into the success of this show, and I think one of those reasons is because of the people that it employs, not just he and I and Misha and the Marks and, you know, there's the list is on, but the crew especially. And I think that the qualities that we all have in common, that we all share, that we all vibe off of each other, are really what give the heart and soul to what we do on a daily basis. So Misha brings his own set of quirky ways, and we love him for it. Jared's got his quirky ways, and I love him for it. I'm sure I do too, and it's all the differences that make us a whole. And I think you take one of those away, and there's something missing. So I enjoy the collaboration that we have, not only as a cast, but as a crew and as a family. It's really a beautiful thing to see.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
So Supernatural has some digital effects, but you guys do a lot of practical effects and you do like real stunts. And I was wondering what was the coolest one you ever saw or got to do?
So for me, the coolest one I ever got to do is very easy. It's jumping through the plate glass window. The coolest thing I saw was when I think Castiel either tackled an angel out of a window or something. Long story short, they jumped 4 stories out of the building in New Westminster, British Columbia, which was terrifying. We're all sitting on the street, and sure enough, we're looking at this window, like, okay, and rolling, and blah, 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 ready. Well, I was looking, action! And all of a sudden, these 2 guys, like in a trench coat, and somebody else, come out of a 4th floor window, just barreling through the air and fall and they're safe. Between that and when Sam got hit by a car, watching my stunty Mike Carpenter get hit by a car without a helmet because Sam was not wearing a helmet. So as the photo double stunt man for Sam Winchester, if I'm not wearing a helmet, you can't wear a helmet. So he's just getting flipped in the air by a car. It was like mortifying. And we're all sitting there going like, are we about to witness something really bad about to happen? But between, so my favorite was jumping out of the church stained glass window. Season 4, episode 10 or something? 9, 10, whatever. Heaven and Hell. Heaven and Hell, is that what it was? It was Alistair and then,
Ask Jules. You got Super Wiki right here. Just ask her.
Yeah, Jules, where are you? There you are. It was Heaven and Hell. And when did Misha jump out of the plate glass window?
Episode 9.
Third Man, and then and then when did Sam get hit by a car? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so those three were exciting to me.
When did Sam get hit by a car for 200?
We'll take the physical challenge.
By the way, has anybody in here ever looked? Gonna sell you out. Anybody in here ever looked at the website Supernatural Wiki or the app? Can you hear for Jules? Can you stand up? There's not a week that goes by that I don't refer to it. I mean it. And everybody on set, like, you are more famous than you realize. So, thanks, man. I'm like, what's that? 1 second. So, it's appreciated. So those are mine.
Special effects, there's been, obviously there's a lot, and I do feel like when we have an opportunity to do practical effects, we try to do them. But some of the ones that kind of stand out to me are good ones and bad ones. Ones that have gone great, ones that have gone wrong. I'll start with the bad. It was just another Friday night body burn on the set of Supernatural. And, we were in a what do you call them? Earth. No, above. Not Earth. Heaven. Above ground caskets. Our mausoleum. So it was a small mausoleum. There was one coffin in there, and I walk in, and I don't know why I was the only one in there. I think you were like doing something outside.
Don't blame me.
Anyway,
don't blame me.
So what happened was they put accelerant, and they put a pilot basically like inside the coffin, and then I strike the matches, throw it in, and then they crank the gas, so it's all plumbed and everything. But there's accelerant. There's like this jelly stuff that's accelerant that they paint inside of the coffin so that it ignites very quickly. Well, they painted in there, and a little too much time had passed, and the off gas from that accelerant had started to build up inside the coffin, and it was all enclosed, so there was no like wind or night air to kind of blow it out. And it was basically now.
I'm hearing off gas and wanting to make a different joke.
And so the fumes basically had built up so much that as soon as I lit the thing, it exploded in my face, and the microphone, the boom operator had a felt type of cover over the boom microphone, was about 3 or 4 feet above my head, got completely singed off. And by the way, I was like leaning over it, and I just went, and it was just this explosion of fire. And luckily, I just went like that, got out of the way. Needless to say, the special effects team was very upset. They were very apologetic. But I'm like, hey guys, this stuff happens. Like, it wasn't your fault. I know you didn't mean it. I trust these guys to do a lot, and they're great. Those kinds of incidences don't happen very often, which is why I remember it, or why I remember it so well. And then another one that I remember very well was when Dean gets killed in season 3. Jules, which season? The Hellhounds.
3.
Season 3. Nailed it. I had to.
You had like 30 seconds to figure it out.
I had to. My entire wardrobe had tubes running to it. They wouldn't do this practical anymore after that day. This would be all in visual effects. But that day they decided to go practical, and so they had monofilament attached by like one thread to 6 different parts of my T-shirt. That when the invisible claw rips, somebody actually pulls on the fishing line and the fabric of my shirt actually does rip open. And then at that point, another guy has a giant syringe, about that big around, and depresses it, and it's full of blood, and it runs up my leg, and then just starts gurgling out of my chest. And then I had to stay with that stuff for about 6 hours. And it's corn syrup, so it hardens and turns into like candy. So I was like a walking Jolly Rancher.
What flavor was What flavor would he be as a walking Jolly?
Who said sour apple? You're right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So my question is from the most recent episode that you guys did with the ghoul that aired. In it, like, the sheriff kind of gets sucked underground and Keen's like over the hole and he's like, no, I don't want to go in there. And then he like goes in and it's super funny. I wanted to know if that was like improv or not. And then also like what this season you guys have done so far to just like add into your characters.
Yeah, that whole tunnel thing, that was all improv. The not wanting to go in. In fact, it lasted a lot longer than they. I think I tried to go in about 3 times. I was like, no, oh, come on! And I was like talking myself into going, and then I'd get like one leg in, and I think at one point I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go. What was that? Okay. I think I threw something in, and then I threw my flashlight in, and was like, okay. I mean, it was. Nina was like, I need you to go into the hole, please, at some point tonight. But the thing is the hole was only.
Are you watching that porn again?
Yeah, let's watch the 3 minutes after we're done talking. So that tunnel, that hole that they dug in that ground was only maybe 4 feet to 5 feet deep. And if you notice, I went in pretty quick. Like yep. And that was, yeah. You're just down there, aren't you? You're just like Pennywise right now, aren't you? In the gutter. So anyway, there you go. You're welcome. You're not
Hi.
Hi.
My question is, would you come back to Hawaii to do another convention? And if so, which islands would you come back to?
I'd probably not. It's a little cold here. The weather's a bit shoddy. I'd rather go someplace that's nice and, of course we'd come back. This place is amazing. And this is my first time here, so I don't know. Is there another island we should go to? Okay. Kona?
What's the big island?
That's Hawaii.
Nope, don't answer. Yeah, that too.
Oahu.
Yes, that's where we are.
Right. That's this island.
Where is Kona?
Also known as, is this known as like the main island? What's the main island?
Hawaii.
That's the big island.
There's Maine and big are different.
Well, because this is like the gathering place. Oahu. All right.
I want to go to.
This is the capital, right?
Kauai.
Honolulu.
Isn't Kauai? What's the least popular?
Hawaii.
Hawaii's awesome. That's my favorite.
I was saying so I've been to a few. I've been to Kona. I've been to Maui. I've been to now Oahu. But there's one either Lanai or Kauai that are the least popular.
Kauai's a little island. Just go to
Lanai, yeah. All of them. I mean,
Rhode Island.
let's be honest. I'm sure we go to every single island that's part of the Hawaiian Islands. It's stunning out here. So thank y'all for bringing us out.
Maybe we can have like a progressive convention where like each day is on a different island. Have everybody that works in creation just going.
Photographs on the stage talks in the
That's
big
a hard
island.
pass.
The photographs on Kauai, the autographs on Lanai. Shuttle buses, shuttle planes.
How do you take a shuttle bus to
I'm
Colorado?
in. Thank you, creation. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Cars y'all have.
I mean, you should ask. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd really like that plaid one.
I have a piece of pencil. Yeah. So it's the lead from a typical pencil that my girlfriend in 7th grade stabbed me in the yard with. Still there. It's right there.
Forever.
I have a chainsaw scar, so.
You have a chainsaw scar?
Yes.
I'll go with the pencil. I'm sorry. Do we want to know?
No, I didn't do it to myself, so.
That's better.
I have a very fresh scar. It looks like a hellhound scratch. It's not a real
She got
hellhound.
cut with a chainsaw, dude.
I know, I'm trying to change the subject because I'm scared.
Can I assume this was an accident?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, because if you said no, then I'm in. I want the full story.
It was an accident. I was holding a tree limb and he brought it down too quick.
Why were you holding a tree limb?
Got it.
Because he was trimming it and I was trying to be nice.
Who's he?
My friend Remington.
Is
Her
Remington here?
ex-friend, Remington. Wow. No, I don't have my hands are kind of scarred up a bit. I have a nice one here on my finger that happened on set while I was chambering around on my 1911 Dean's pistol, and it got jammed. So in an effort to quickly unjam it before they yelled action, I just re-racked it really quickly, but my hand slipped and the meat of this finger got caught into the
Middle of a tape, we were rolling.
it literally was like whack, and then I ripped it out in just a big flap of skin, and I looked at it and it was just like, and then they go action, and so I held the flap of skin down with my thumb, and then did the take, and then looked down and there was just blood all over my hand. I was like, well, that probably doesn't work. Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, a month ago maybe, this season of shooting, I was in my driveway playing with Tom and Shep, and they were riding their scooters, and they were like, Daddy, let's ride. And I didn't have shoes on, so I was like, well, all right. And I was like, we always wear helmets. So I went to the garage, grabbed a helmet, and then grabbed my bike, started riding my bike. And we were going around in circles in the driveway, and Shep came to a really abrupt stop in front of me, and so I had to sort of come to a really abrupt stop as well to not smash over him. And being barefoot on a bike, let me see if I can go. You can see, I have like a.
I remember that, right? It literally looked like a mountain lion got him.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but I'll just give you this. You can see, it's nasty, but it didn't go away.
But you win, okay? Let's be clear about it. You win.
I'll take the bronze medal. I'll take third place.
Yeah.
Chainsaw beats bicycle.
Thank you.
Scissors. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Hey, tell Remington to be careful. And as far as you go, stop holding tree branches. Come on, man.
Hi.
Hi.
Aloha. My question is, what moment in the series so far were you the most proud of each other's characters?
Characters or yeah, okay. I mean, there's so much. I don't want to put dumb-faced, but there's been wow. The time they did that thing, where they were just like, you know, and everything was. No, there's not one. There are a bunch. What was yours? Can you narrow down to one?
When Sam hit the doctor ghost who was about to drill my face, and he came in, and I was pretty proud of him then. Because I didn't die again.
I'm going to be really weird and say that I'm most proud of Dean for many, many things, but I think it's not difficult for me to understand his sacrifice these days, as far as when he sacrifices for his brother, for his friends, for his mother, for Cat, whatever. So I'm going to go back to the Dean that showed up in my dorm room in the pilot and asked for help when we hadn't spoken. Honestly, like that was more out of his comfort zone, and I think he's probably been since. But it was one of these, like, I know things are bad. It's not difficult for me to see how Dean sacrifices his life for Sam these days. He's done it many times, and vice versa. So I'm going to go back to going out of his comfort zone to start this whole show we call Supernatural.
Hi, my name's Marianne.
Hi, Marianne.
I don't know if you guys have control over this, but with
No.
with the Supernatural fundraisers, the last time I saw the very first, the original baby, it was on the back lot in pieces. If it's still there, would you ever consider cannibalizing it and offering it to the fan base?
No.
Little pieces?
No.
Wouldn't that be so disturbing? Like, I mean, cool.
We had a bridge, a historic bridge in my hometown.
Right.
It's like the Berlin Wall, like here's a chunk.
It got taken out by ICE one year, and the next year to raise funds to replace it, they offered little pieces of it with a hand-painted picture of it and sold them off to raise funds.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Somebody's using their head over there.
It got taken away by ice. Was it put back together by fire?
Though I think it would, though it's a good idea, I think with the car, that would be heartbreaking. You cut it up into tons of little tiny pieces. That being said, that car that you did see is, I believe, still in the same shape that it was. We have about 6 different Impalas at varying stages of like assembly. We have about 3 that are fully functional cars, and then we have another 3 that are, you know, one, there's no engine, the doors are off, and one has a roof off, so we can utilize it to shoot different angles and different things. So, yeah, the one you probably saw was one of our, like, 5 or 6, the 5th or 6th car.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I may or may not have the original decal from the finale of season 1, well, Hunker.
Yeah, we know you do. Everybody knows you do.
I cannot confirm nor deny it. Call me Jared Kushner. I don't know. I don't remember. I guess I forgot. I forgot about WikiLeaks.
But who knows, maybe there's some other stuff that we can figure out something to do with. That is a good idea.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks a bunch.
Hi there.
Hello, this is my first convention, so I'm excited I got to ask you guys a question.
Welcome.
So my question is, what's your weirdest talent?
I think it'll be Jared.
Weirdest?
Gills was belly rolling.
Was it like the worm on the wall?
Yeah.
No, like where you roll your belly.
No, I think like doing the worm.
No, it's just called the worm.
I can tie cherry strings into a knot in my...
What was it?
I can tie cherry strings into a knot in my mouth.
Yeah, who can't?
Girl. I don't know. It seems weird to me.
Well, it is weird if you continue to do it.
What else am I going to do with the cherry strings?
Throw it away.
But you can still throw it away when it's a knot, or can you not? Is this thing on? Or can you not? What's your weirdest talent?
I'm like double jointed in my elbow, so it's just like it's really weird when I do this, but that's about it.
Come here. Do this one.
This is my weird talent. Look at me.
Two for two, we just emotionally started. Thank you so much. We are going to go ahead and, hey, can we bring the lights up a little bit in the room? I just want to see our supernatural family. Do we have good talk?
Some house lights. Anybody?
Shows like that pole I have.
No.
Is Stephen Norton
there we go.
covering the lights? No. Oh, guys. Just want to see y'all. Y'all in shadows and silhouettes.
So, we have a last question.
All right. Better be good.
So I've heard you mention before that you get a kick out of that meme that shows the different hairstyles of Sam, you know, where Sam's and Dean's is always the same. So I know it's heavy, but when the show's over and you're no longer contractually obligated to keep your hair the way it is, are you guys both going to change your hair up?
Good question. Ackles, you want to... start this bit off?
Yeah, I'll
This
probably,
is you. Yours is the same.
yeah, I'll probably steal one of his wigs for a while. Thank you. Yeah, I'll probably change mine up a bit. I don't know what that's going to be, but yeah, I'll probably. It's been the same for quite a while. Be nice to change it. Are you ever going to cut that?
I think I'll probably steal your wig. I'm gonna go full mountain man. No shave, no cut, just full on. Or I'm gonna steal Jensen's wig. I tried. Steal Jensen's wig. I suck. Thank you.
Hey Jared, do the one again about Jensen's
Steal
wig.
Jensen's wig. 0 for 4.
Yeah.
0 for like 8. Thank you, Hawaii, very, very much.
Before we say goodbye to the boys, it's Steve Norton's last show with the band, everybody. It's been a pleasure, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen of Hawaii and the surrounding islands, Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki. Usually Robbie and I are backstage staring at the wall and we're actually laughing and engaged. Or, yeah, good stuff, Norton.
We're worried about Norton's life.
I feel like people in the room enjoyed that joke. I wonder how the people online will take it. People online are given to taking sides in these situations. Hashtag Fire Norton. There you go. Why drummers hate Padalecki will be an article there. With some top drummers from the business discussing the pros and cons of being Norton. That was super funny. So listen, This is one of those days, usually we roll out the boys, they do their bit, we take them backstage, take off their toupees, deflate them, and we move the show to the next town. But we have a bunch of other people coming out. Robbie, I don't know. I don't even know what's happening right now. I just know that a bunch of other people, including you and me, are doing panels at some point.
That's right.
So Bobo is going to go find out what's going on, and I'm going to stand here awkwardly.
Richard?
Yeah.
We have a intermission situation. We have a half-hour intermission.
We're taking a break so the band can do their drugs.
4:30 until last week.
Yeah, we're taking a break so the band can do their drugs. They gotta snort the coke and gotta shoot up, and they'll drink something creepy they pour it in a cup. Oh, it's time to let the band take a break to do their drugs. We'll be back in a little bit, everybody.